I am Courtney and welcome to my home. I'm going to be doing a fall home decor tour and I decided to kind of keep the house somewhat lived in. I mean, I obviously went there and picked up toys and stuff, but I didn't like scour the house. So there may be a toy here or there. I left like our cat stuff out. For the most part, this is the way it is, just how we live every day. Obviously there might be a little bit more mess on the everyday, but I wanted to kind of keep it as it really is, because that's the way we all live. Now, obviously, if you want to see more polished pictures, you can always follow me on Instagram, and if I post a picture of the house over there, it definitely is usually more polished and clean. But like, the house is not messy. It's just somewhat lived in. It's not perfect, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's look through the home decor and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. All right, so I have kind of changed my style over the years. For a while I was really into like shabby chic. Before that I really liked like almost, I guess it was like really modern for the time. It was like black and whites and reds, and that is nothing like my style now. So who knows where my style will go in the future, but this is where I am very happy and comfortable with right now. I take a lot of inspiration from Ralph Lauren. I like some of the grand millennial styles, traditional, English cottage, a little bit of French country. That's another phase I went through, but so my house is kind of a collaboration of all those. I would say if anything it leans mostly towards probably the traditional Ralph Lauren look. My color scheme is probably a little too light to really be a Ralph Lauren look, but I do like a lot of the mixing of patterns and textures and fabrics and stuff that Ralph Lauren does, so I did take a lot of inspiration from that. But we'll go ahead and start here in the foyer. And I actually have another chair that belongs there. All right, so here in the foyer, I have this antique table that comes up, and this is a great puzzle table. I love using it in the winter to work puzzles on, and sometimes I do it right here in the entry. Sometimes I move it over by the fireplace. We host a group of people in our house at least once a week, and so I am not able to work the puzzles right here as much as I used to because it's right in the entryway, but I still find a place to put it and do my puzzles. And then I have two chairs that I kind of got just to go with this, and they're just like a faux leather. I found them for a really good deal at a discount store here. They have like, I guess it's like furniture that got returned or something. I'm not really sure where they get their furniture from, but it's all new. But anyway, I got these two chairs there. And then just to add a little bit of that warmth and the mixing of textures, I added some books here, and I just got these at a library sale, and I have several books like this and I love all of them. They're really good like coffee table books, but I just took off their covers so that you see the like prettier part of the book, because the covers are just a little loud and distracting, but these are much more subtle but pretty. So I thought it was fitting to have the ghost towns of the West and America, land of the beautiful. These worked really well because they went along with kind of like my 4th of July theme, because they're both like American, and then I felt like they transitioned well into the fall and with Thanksgiving coming up and stuff. This duck I actually painted years ago when I was in my shabby chic, and I kind of wish I hadn't, but it is what I did. This duck was my grandfather's, and so that is a family piece and something that was his, so I like that that's there. And then I just found that cute little pumpkin to add a little bit of fall. And then I love this lamp. I should turn that on. I love that it's just a nice subtle warm glow, especially at night when we're hosting and people are coming in. And then I just added this little fall. So now you'll always have areas in your home you kind of want to change and you can't, but this mirror, for instance, I would love if it was maybe a few inches higher, like maybe 5 inches higher, but I cannot move it. It is in there really good, and it would require me to probably have to hire someone and come out and move it, and it's just probably not worth it to change for a few inches. So I work with it and it is what it is, but and I say that just to let you know, like, your home's never going to be like perfect and exactly how you want it. There's always going to be something that sorry, the like sun's shining. There's always going to be something you're going to kind of wish you could change it differently, and that's kind of one of those things, but I'm going to work with what I've got. All right, so this living room has changed so much over the last even year. It's long and narrow, and we have a grand piano in here, and it makes it really hard to get the furniture to fit the way I want it to fit. We also, like I said, host, and so I feel like I need a lot of seating and I need a lot of room for people. So it's just kind of hard to work with everything that we have going. We also have a slight TV problem. This is really the best room for us to watch TV as a family. We have a television in our bedroom, which worked really well when the kids were little. But as they have gotten older, we watch TV at slightly different times, or we want to watch a movie and we don't all just fit on our bed. So the living room needs a TV as well. And so this room has no walls really for a television. There's windows, there's small walls, and there's a lot of just open space, like for hallways and moving into the next room. And then above the fireplace, it's just kind of too high, and it's actually not quite as big as my husband would like for an actual television. So we kind of settled on this little thing. It works, it fits there, and it's big enough that we can watch as a family. And if we really want to see a really big screen, we can always watch in our bedroom. I'm sure most of you watching this probably have kind of a similar problem with TVs. Most of us that care more about the way the house looks aren't as big on the TV, but our husbands do really want the TV. And I wouldn't say I don't not want a TV, because I do watch it a lot too, but it's not, I don't mind it not being the focal point, and I don't mind kind of hiding it. But I'm just going to kind of walk you around and show you a little bit about the living room. So we will start here kind of as you're coming in from the entryway. I found this beautiful little piece at a thrift store, actually, and it's got like a little drawer down here. Oh, sorry, the sun, guys. Which I love. It's a great place to hide little things and pencils. And then I have more of those. Sorry, my coffee. I have more of those little books I was telling you about. This one's like the Biltmore. Isn't that one pretty? I think that one's beautiful. This one is all about Disney World, which I was super excited to find. This one has beautiful pictures of the planet, and this one's about British tradition and interior design. So yes, just lots of fun books. This one is not pretty, as you can see, but it is something near and dear to our hearts, so we have it there too. And then down here, I keep a basket of fun books that the kids like to do and look through, and we'll pull this out and just put it on the coffee table or on the floor, and it's something they enjoy pulling out and doing a lot. But when company comes, this is a good way to kind of hide the messiness. So I put this love seat here, and I was worried about it being too tight, but I actually am really loving the way that it frames the living room and kind of makes it feel more like a room and less like a hallway. Because sometimes I tend to feel like our living room is just part of a giant hallway, and so I'm really enjoying the way that it frames it. And another thing, if I could change maybe one day, I would really like to find a love seat that is slightly shorter, maybe about 2 inches shorter in depth and about 2 inches shorter in length. Really, it's just, if it had more narrow arms, it would solve the problem. Like my sofa, I would have bought the matching love seat to my sofa, but they discontinued that sofa. I bought like the last one they had, so I can't get the sofa. I could buy a love seat with the same fabric, which I have debated on doing, but it wouldn't be the same exact cut. So I haven't decided on what I think about that yet. So we're going to keep thinking there. But I also have this antique table that I also found at a thrift store. Thrift stores are great, y'all. And Yeah, I love it. The sides come up. I feel like this makes a nice round. You can do a lot with it, and I like that it can come down. But yeah, I like this table a lot. And I felt like the wood matched the legs on my couch so well. It was like they were meant to be together. Okay, so these throw pillows, these two actually came with the sofa. And then the two big blue ones I got, well, and there's actually two over here too. I actually found those at Walmart. I went to so many stores and I could not find what I was looking for. And then I went to Walmart when I was done shopping and those were there. And I was like, "Ugh, I have been all over looking for something like this." So Walmart saved the day. This one is actually from Home Goods. And then I do not remember where I got that one. I have had that one for years, but I absolutely love it. And then I added some throw blankets just to add some depth. And I think, well, I just love that blanket anyway. But I think it just looks so cozy and so inviting to come and sit. At least I hope it does. And then this is one of those work in progress things. So this corner can be really sharp. And I'm just terrified someone's going to sit here and like throw their head back laughing or roughhousing if it's a child and smack their head on that corner. So I put this here to kind of help protect people's heads, and I need to find something that's more the same color so I can put that on there. And I probably should just close the piano lid when company comes, but with our everyday, this is kind of the way the piano looks because my husband is always playing, so he always has his books out, and there's just really no point in putting them away because he'll just pull them out like a few minutes later. And then I teach piano lessons, and so I also have my own kind of piano mess there. And then this, I'm thinking I'm going to take off. I probably should have taken it off before I filmed. I had put it up there to protect the piano, but instead, I think it's actually harming our cat. Our cat likes to lay up there, and I had thought it would help protect it from like his claws or getting dirty from just him walking on it. But instead he slides and it causes him to like actually put his claws out to like grasp. So I think it's actually going to scratch it. So I need to take that off of there. But it's one of those things I see and I never do. But eventually that'll come off. A fall decor thing is I just kind of added this, and it just, I don't know, it has these fun little things. I think they're just so cute, but it's just a little leaf tray. I don't really know what it's made out of, but my mother-in-law found these, I probably at a thrift store, and thought of me, and so she brought them to me, and I just think they're so cute. I have two. There's one there and one somewhere else, but I can't remember where I put it right now. All right, so back in here. So there's the TV. I don't know if you could see it in the other one when I was talking about, but it works and it's okay. It's not ideal, but again, you work with what you have, right? And then this rocking chair, I also found at a resale shop, or it was a lady reselling it, and I love it. It was just a sweet little old lady, and I don't think she like ever used it, and I had to have it. I just love the florals, and that's something I never thought I would love. So this plant was given to us when my father-in-law passed away. So it's kind of a special plant to us that we'll probably keep as long as we can. So far it's thriving, and hopefully I can continue to keep it going. But yes, so this plant has special meaning to us, and it's taking over the room a tad. So I probably need to learn how to trim it back better. But yes, that plant is also special to us. All right, so the mantle is a work in progress, you guys. I think I like it right now, but I don't 100% know. So I have a few family photos over there, which I need to update because those are mostly all of my oldest as a baby, and he is not a baby anymore. But then I just have these little birds were my grandmother's. So those are another special item. That is something that I would really recommend doing in your home. If you can fill it with home decor that has meaning to you and a story behind it, it's not clutter and it's not just random trinkets. It has a meaning and a purpose. And when you look at it, it reminds you of those things. When I look at this, I'm reminded of my father-in-law. And when I look at these birds, I'm reminded of my grandmother. When I look at that duck over there, I'm reminded of my grandpa. So I love filling the home with things that bring back memories and joy, and they they have purpose. It's not just kind of random, if that makes sense. It may seem random to people who don't know the story behind things, but you're the one that sees them every day. So fill your home with things that have special meaning to you. All right, that vase actually was a wedding present. So we have had that a long time. And then I just threw in those leaves, which I don't know, they're probably like from Hobby Lobby or something. But I liked the gold tone to them, and I felt like it just kind of helped tie in this blanket and chair. This chair is also, it's old, and I cannot even tell you where I got it, but it is very good quality, and I love it. It's the favorite chair. Obviously the cat's in it, so it must be the best place to sit. And I just really love the color of it. So I got brave and I mixed and matched all the colors, and I've got this colorful rug, but I really am enjoying the colors and the warmth of this room. All right, so that brings us into the dining room, which is also kind of a work in progress. I used to have a china hutch here, and I have moved it, and I will show you guys where I moved it here in a minute. But that now leaves me with a very blank wall. So I have a painting that I am actually in the process of painting, and I think I will probably hang here. But if I can't get that completed here soon, I will have to hang something else there or do something. I also thought about getting another china hutch that was a little smaller, but I have not found one yet. So this is to be announced. But here is our table, and I love this table. Can get smaller. This is as big as it can go. But it can go smaller, but I like to kind of keep that in when I can. We host a lot of dinners, and so we need a lot of dining space. And that is one of the things I love actually about moving the china hutch out here, is it gives us so much walking room around the table so that company doesn't have to like squeeze behind people. And this is just kind of the keeping it real, guys. I've got our memory verses out and the napkins, because that is where those pretty much always sit, because the kids are always needing them. Those are something I do put up if we're like hosting a dinner or something though. This is another plant that was given to us when my father-in-law passed, and so it is another plant that's important to us. And then over here, I also just have some photos that are special to us, and my sister actually gave me this little thing. And then the roses inside it are from my husband, and these, I think it's these. It may be these. I have a box that is definitely those, but I think I took these out of that box. They are the very first roses he ever gave to me. So, they are also special and very old. All right, I actually moved our little kitchen set in here, which I wasn't sure if I would like that or not, but I think it looks sweet over there. And again, that's just another kind of keeping it real. I have children that live here, and so we have toys, and you just never know what they're going to be pulling out. Looks like Robin Hood's doing some cooking there. These I also found at Walmart, and I found these years ago at Walmart, so I don't know if they still have them or not, but it was kind of like the pillows. I searched all over to find just the perfect plates that I wanted to hang there. I went to a bunch of antique stores. I went all over, and I just could not find anything with the color scheme that I was really wanting to go with at the time. And then I went to Walmart to get something else and found these, and they were perfect. So that is kind of how I got those. They don't 100% match the fall color scheme. They're a little brighter, but you know, fall's just such a short window. They pretty much go with all the other seasons really well. These paintings are some of mine that I painted for in here, which you can probably tell, like this one's quite a bit, they're not centered quite the same, but still, they're paintings I did, and I enjoy them. I like them, and I painted them specially for this room. So the colors and everything are just right. All right, guys, that brings us into the kitchen. And wow, that sun is really bright, sorry. It is probably I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely the most lived in of my rooms. So just excuse the things that don't really make sense or are messy, and let me show you the things that are purposeful. All right, so you come right in to the kitchen from the dining. We have this nice big island, which I actually like to keep cleared off because when hosting, we always tend to put like all the food up here. And so anytime I put decor on here, I just end up having to move it off when people come anyway. So I thought we'll just keep it clear. It works best for us. It's also where my younger two do school. They both sit right down here and do school, so they have school books out on it regularly. So it is intentionally left clear because it gets a lot of use that changes daily. I have this little antique buffet over here, which my mother-in-law gave me. And I don't know if I love it here because of the pocket there. And this TV, we are not TV holics. This is my children's school television. So, you know, like I said, they sit here and watch their school. We homeschool, and so that's kind of our school setup. It does come in handy though. I like to play music and other things on it when I'm in here cooking, so it is nice to have in here. But that is why there is decor back behind the television, because it was not originally going to be here. And I guess I could just hang it in that frame and that would look better, but one day, we'll get there one day. But yes, so I don't know if I'll leave this buffet here or not. It's kind of something I've debated on putting here or maybe even over there. So we will see, and it's kind of something that I've been shifting around the house to find the perfect spot. But this is where it's landed at the moment, and so that's where it'll probably sit for a few weeks. I like to place furniture where I'm thinking about and just leave it there for a little bit, live with it, see how I feel, and I just feel like it's the best way for me to be like, yes, I like this, or no, I hate this. So that's part of the reason my furniture is always moving. I like to, you know, just try it out for a bit, especially when it's smaller pieces like that that are fairly easy to just move if you change your mind. So fall decor in here is fairly minimal and simple. I've got this little pumpkin cutting board, goodness, I couldn't think of what it's called, that I like to put there. The kids have gone crazy on the fridge, and that's gonna need to be cleaned up, but they were having fun with that. And then since I did take my china hutch out, I wanted to still display my china. So I put my china in here, and I feel like it turned out pretty well. I'm liking it so far, so I'll do that probably at least for this fall, and then we'll see about Christmas. I'll probably do kind of the same thing. I have a bit more Christmas china than I do the fall, but, and this isn't everything, some of it's in the cabinets, but I think I like that overall. And then, oh, there's the other little, yeah, see, I have another little leaf dish that I have there. So yeah, and then this is just kind of my command center. This is where I make all my meal plannings, and a lot goes on here. So this is kind of my messy corner. But a lot of life happens there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you kind of liked this little home tour of the house. As always, things are changing, and I've got ideas in my mind that I want to do that I just haven't had a chance to do yet. So who knows how long it'll stay this way or what I might incorporate later. My room is also a work in progress, so that is something that I might show later. Since I moved so much furniture around, I put some furniture in there, and I'm not loving the way it fits in there, so I'm gonna see what to do with that. But I did remember I was gonna show you my china hutch. So let me go show you my china hutch real quick as a bonus, and then I will say goodbye. So my china hutch, I ended up putting in the hallway, which I thought was a little risky. I didn't know how that would work. I needed extra book space, and so I put my husband's commentaries in here, and then there's some books down inside there. I was running out of book space, and so I really needed it, and I didn't want that in the dining room. I just didn't want the commentaries in there. So since I put it in this hallway, this is kind of like our Disney hallway. and it's a mess right now, but I've got like our Disney pictures and there's more on this other wall here. And so I thought, well, I could just kind of make this like our Disney decor. So inside here, I put like all our little Disney souvenirs. That's just a Shakespeare book, it's not Disney, but this I got on my honeymoon. We get little magnets from all the resorts we stay at. Some of them are on the fridge, but I put the ones that don't hang well in here because like this is really heavy and so it just slides off. This is like a souvenir I got when I was like a teenager. All these little princess dolls I got every year I went as a child, and so I don't think they even sell them anymore, but I have a whole bunch of them. But I used to get one every year when I would go, so those are special to us. These tiki plates I thought were super sweet, and we've got some pictures. This is not Disney. This is actually a Van Brigel pottery, which they used to make in Colorado Springs, which is where my folks live. And it's an antique, and I just thought it was a beautiful piece. But yeah, so that's kind of like our hutch. I feel like it works pretty well, and we have very wide hallways, so even with the China hutch in this hallway, we still have really good clearance. It's still, I can't remember what the spacing is, but we still have like the recommended hallway space that they say. So 2 people can easily still fit in this hallway. So I think I like the China hutch here. Let's see my mop. See guys, keeping it real. Yeah, I think I like the China hutch here. It's worked out well. And it's been fun to have somewhere to kind of put all my Disney stuff, because a lot of that I just had sitting in a kitchen cabinet, like where you couldn't see it, because I didn't want it to get broken and I didn't really know where to put it. And so it's kind of been fun to have somewhere to display all that. And it's in the hallway, which is more like, you know, our area. And so I feel more comfortable showing the things that are just really, really unique and special to us, which is kind of our Disney stuff. But yeah, so that's been fun. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually have a list of videos that I've been wanting to do. Hopefully I can find time to sit down and do them. It's just been so hard with the season that my kids are in right now. The ages they are has kept me running like crazy. I thought toddlers would be busy. Oh my goodness, preteens and teenagers, early teenagers are so much busier than my toddlers ever were. So they have really kept me running, but I am loving it. And hopefully I will be able to get some more videos out, because I really would like to go over the topics that I have. Lots of fun ones. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye.